Yeah, I'd say TSpirit was kind of like the kings of scrims, because when I was coaching Hellbear Smashers, VP was hard to get, you know? They were like the cool kids on the block. They're like, we don't want to scrim. But Spirit, they were like, we'll scrim everybody. They were like really grinding, putting in the effort. And it has shown, right? In the recent DPC kind of with how they performed, it is because they put in, you know, so much time into the scrims, into just making sure they can maybe rival VP within their region.
Хватит давай, пожалуйста. Хватит давай, пожалуйста.
30 seconds to battle.
Yep. I hope you... Oh, mate. It's kind of on the tail end of your question. Yeah, it's okay, but like you need it. I'm trying to, you know, sugarcoat it here. Like in a test lobby, it's amazing. It's so much fun. But in a real game, it's like it doesn't really translate because it's a little bit of barrage damage. But yeah, realistically, utility is a lot better. I was hoping you were going to ask me the more important question there, Cap, which is, do you think Fata has unbound his flak key today? Because he's a +5 gyro. I hope so. Do you think he can put any points into it? I hope he doesn't. Yeah? Oh, what a shame, yeah. I think it just does so much, right? Like when you look at what it provides now, it's like it's slow and damage reduction. It does 90 damage to secure range creep. Like you can just play in the fight, and you know, Miposhka, he's getting pretty low top, just like Mira's getting low bottom as well. But yeah, it's like Visage change. He has an extra 300 range on his soul assumption. Like that spell already was pretty busted. We never really saw it competitively, but like the concept of you soak damage and then you do damage, and then you have a hero that is able to soak a lot of damage with a shield crash. Like on paper, it's a really good strat. And poor Mira, he can't even play top. Like the supports are struggling so much right now in the laning phase.
Come now.
Oh, a knight. Ooh. Spin around, boy! And then Mira can be falling as well. Maybe. Oh, he's not. He got Fairy Fire.
The armor of omniscience.
Beautiful high five game there, you know, trading back and forth like, how I'm going to kill you. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. And then, very close there. But no, you mentioned it as well whilst we were killing the bat, like in the bot lane. I actually love the theory behind this offlane duo. The shield crash and soul assumption, like they're using it really well. Like he's always getting 2-man shield crashes and just really just getting in there. And like you see in the draft, the reason why they picked this Omni Knight is just because they need a hero who can play 5 and provide sustain, right? Like you cannot pick a 5 position that can kill against Visage. Like you need to be able to allow your Morphling to farm here. So very much like a reaction in the draft, where they're probably not going to feel too great having the hero, but it at least gives Morphling, you know, the 10 minutes of playing the laning phase. Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. Yep. Yeah, this is probably one of those moments where as well, where like Toronto Tokyo, he feels like he can muscle up a little bit more, and you know, it just shows. You know, I think Nine has kind of showcased and surprised a lot of people throughout the previous tournaments, where he's putting like that extra little bit of something into his gameplay just to surprise everyone competitively, at least.
No sorceries avail.
I think it needs to be a signature right now, because Mars in the tournament so far is ESL4, 5 games, 5 losses. I think it's Thunder Predator twice, Empire, Creep Wave. It's just not looking that hot. So if there's a team to win with Mars when it's already, you know, 0-5, it has to be Spirit.
Of omniscience.
There it is.
Fear nothing.
Yeah, this is the kind of the repercussion of how Fada was playing top lane, because he sacrificed his own levels to annoy the Lion, but then eventually the Lion was able to play with Mars, and now the Void will get a little bit, you know, pressured in top. And I think looking at this bot lane once again, the real question for 33 is, even though Helm of the Overlord is, you know, hot right now, realistically, like a Solar Crest and a Pipe probably will be the play for him, just so he can, you know, be tanking, and maybe eventually he can go for the item later. But it will be interesting if he goes for old Visage, where auras, like actual auras are the play, or if he goes for like the new item. But I kind of feel like the old auras are a little bit better right now. Yeah, so you want to be tanky there.
This is almost more fun.
Wow.
Boiling rage.
Yeah, they force the rotation as the catapults come into bot lane, so it'll be really interesting to see how Spirit reacts to this. Are they going to just instantly run back to bottom, or is Tundra going to try and make a play on this wave? Yeah. Oh no, the catapult.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, both catapults in the side lane just kind of run into the tower. So yeah, both teams just playing chill right now, not, you know, getting too aggressive of any early rotations. Yep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And refilling the effect of the Firefly change there, because like the Leshrac, he's looking pretty healthy, and then suddenly, you know, a couple nade palms, 2 right clicks, and, you know, sitting inside the Firefly because of the rocket, he's already gone. Yeah, now Okay, he's doing really well, but this is now the point where Tundra's going to be very happy because they defended the stacks initially and now able to, you know, capitalize and take on them. And while Spirit, they're kind of like, even though they're doing well with collapse, he can't suddenly just run around the map and do things. And they need to be really disciplined because one wrong move, Visage is now like, you know, taking your bot tower, collapse TPs away, then the Void's able to free farm 2 or 3 waves. And early on, Void's the type of hero that he doesn't want to feel pressured. So Spirit, they are very much locked into their lanes just to kind of defend. They might even kill the Void.
Dire structures are fortified.
Nice.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, and that's
is under
perfect. Just, you
attack.
know, sit in your lanes and force Tundra to
Dire's
have to
top
push
tower
towers,
is
have to
under
make the
attack.
move. And we'll most likely see Void, you know, TP to bot lane after this, farm up this bottom area of the map, unless they have some wild play of killing top.
Stop dying out of this.
Radiant's bottom
Really good.
tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, I won't lie. When I loaded up the patch, you know, 7.3, whole new, you know, number, I did think general changes were going to be really big, really hefty, and it was like 5 bullet points. Oh, all right, sure, no, that's fine. But I can see why they did that, right? Yeah. I know. Before I know. Like, as soon as I had that realization, I was like, oh yeah, TI's like, you know, 45
Dire's
days
top
away.
tower is
Probably
under
shouldn't, you know,
attack.
change the entire economy and, you know, XP or whatever.
That was lame.
Stop dying out of this.
Alas.
Regeneration!
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Spirit doing a really good.
Dire's top tower is under
They are doing a
attack.
really good job playing around collapse. The way they shift the map, they play on this aggressive ward they have in the jungle, more farming mid. Like, Tundra doesn't really have the damage outside of maybe the lockdown of, you know, this rolling thunder into +1. Yeah, see, but then beautiful.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He can't die.
My hands are tied.
Go back to hell.
All wands will break. Healing and harm. Perfect! Of course. Roasted, toasted, and ready to a crisp.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, like, you see the start of that fight, Spirit does a really good job just kind of like baiting Tundra in to, you know, take the engagement. But at the tail end, unfortunately, Omniite actually had a tome in his backpack, not in his inventory. So he wasn't able to eat it and instantly get his ultimate. And that was then, you know, the result of a couple of the heroes actually dying at the tail end of that fight. And hopefully we actually get to see, yeah, so we see it here. So Snaking starts the fight, you know, rolling in, and instantly, you know, Maposhu's doing a good job. And I believe, is it already here on him? We'll see in a second when we click on Maposhka at the tail end of the fight, but yeah, like, around about now when he hits 6, like, his crew is flying out. Like, this is where he can turn the fight by maybe getting the GA off. He perfectly, expertly keeps Collapse alive, and it's like, oh, it's looking great. But yeah, then Visage comes from the bottom side, and that's where the, you know, the physical damage really comes into play. He starts clicking them down. Oh, here it is. See, that's the that was the courier delivery, and unfortunately, if he had it here, like, it technically, you know, would have maybe saved the right click off the ledge, you know, the small things, but maybe not. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating it for the hype of the cast.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, the key thing here for Spirit is like their team fight is based around getting the jump and killing off a key core, and then they can play around the kite of Morphling, Omni Knight enabling. Whilst like Tundra, they can play like the fight as slow as they want because they like the Void has no real pressure to use Chrono, other than when like his team has the items to help kill within the Chrono. So yeah, Tundra, they're going to want to keep it slow, as you see, like the kill score. You know, Spirit, they're the ones really looking to be the aggressors and to break down the map before you have Visage, Bat, Void, all unkillable with, you know, 2-3 items.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. Thank you. I was expecting him to go more auras, but I guess like as the game developed and we saw the fights, in reality, like if he goes auras, they actually have no damage for like 20-25 minutes. So him going for an orchid, going for like him going into the fight, it then unlocks a good rolling thunder, a good firefly lasso jump, you know, the Void get the good chrono. So he's very much playing to be the vision enabler for his team with this type of build.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, they bleed into 33.
The fighting to a real hero.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they kind of got baited by their own vision there on Tundra because like 33 is trying to eke out a bit more farm, but like their double ward setup, they have a bottom rune and then in their own jungle, it doesn't give that like entry to the jungle, right? And that's where, you know, Spirit, they instantly get that mid kill, but they don't have any moment of thought, right? It's like, guys, go straight back to the jungle, kill the guy being greedy. So yeah, Spirit just playing at a slightly higher pace than Tundra, and that is allowing them to continue to pressure the objectives. So good, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, like Tundra, like they have to defend here because like the Morphling's just farming ancients and Spirit's trying to be cheeky because it's like, well, we got this Omni Knight, right? Like we can keep these heroes alive. We got the Hood, the Yules and Leshrac. But yeah, when you come in with the Chrono and then just the overwhelming presence of heroes, it's rather easy to kill here. Like if you look at the minimap, the Morph's already, you know, bot. He's not showing any lanes, but this is just Tundra going at 17 minutes. You should not be able to hit our tower. We have the kings of, you know, tower defense, which is the Rolling Thunder, a Chronosphere, and then they use them quite beautifully. Omni Knight caught inside the Chrono once again, unable to actually enable the Leshrac. But I believe his spell is also on cooldown. Yeah, as you see there, even if he wasn't in Chrono, the Leshrac would have died.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, well, they have the BKB on Batrider with a haste rune. So if they want to contest this, it could cause some havoc, but I just don't think they're going to be there in time. They're already showing Void in bot lane. You've got Skeeter, oh yeah, running into the jungle as well. Like, it's just a free Roshan for Spirit.
Roshan has fallen to
Yeah,
the Radiant.
and a good read from them as well.
Amazing what you find playing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, not really. There is a little bit of like Skidder has invested a lot into like these cheaper damage items. You're going for obviously Mouse's Farm and Echo Saber, which he might disassemble for the BKB, but in reality, like in previous games, we just keep it as an Echo Saber now. But yeah, like they're all just playing for probably to farm the map, get BKB. Like it's the type of game where you allow Spirit to take these tier 2s, you play in their jungle, and then you just get BKBs, you defend a tier 3 once, the game's back in your favor. Just depends on how much conviction Spirit has right now, as they already show up at the high ground with a heavily graced Morphling with the Aegis and a Manta. Like, this is going to be a difficult one to kill once, but not even twice.
Structures are fortified.
Yeah, extra cheeky, mate. What a beautiful fight from Tundra. Oh, let's watch the missile. It's going to go bonk soon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. I'm really good at counting. Yeah, so... Thank you. Oh, as soon as you go to like smite mode, it was kind of hard to see the distance between the rocket and the Morphling. But anyways, yeah, really good fight from Tundra in regards to kind of utilizing buyback there. They were very patient, very close to also surviving, but Collapse, he got a bit hasty. He just wanted to jump in, kill the Visage, but I don't think they were expecting Visage to buy back at that minute, because like at 20 minutes, right, like you get this kill, this is a kill, you chase him out of the triangle, you probably reset, you look at mid tier 2, but of course he has enough money because he's trying to go for the BKB, and then they instantly jump in, and this is where Batrider with the BKB, he's able to stop the Omnight from enabling inside the chrono. Like if he gets GA off here, this is probably a completely different fight, because they're going to be able to at least turn around and start pumping out some damage. But yeah, just really good from 9 and Skeeter there to combo up and just pretty much remove every single player from the fight until the Visage is back and ready to kill.
Someday we be.
Yeah, and I think for Spirit, like the way that they've been playing in the last like 12 minutes, they've occupied this dire jungle as if it was their own. Like they've actually shown like no regard of their own bottom side of the map, which has enabled Skidder or 33, whoever, just to kind of like eke out a little bit more farm. And I think Spirit hasn't really completely choked down or like locked down the entire map. And like if you look at the net worth now, Void went from being like below the cause, he's now like slowly eking his way up. Of course, they just want a team fight, but the fact that Spirit has had such a aggressive positioning where they also weren't like, they haven't really been able to utilize this Aegis, Tundra is slowly clawing their way back in as, yeah, Skidder's expertly just keeping up with the Morphling. Nice. Good, good. He's gonna buy it again. Yeah. Yeah, and now Tundra, after 30 minutes of aggression, they now finally smoke up. They have all their spells, and we have some smoke on smoke action.
Radiant are scared.
Oh yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Spirit now just really kind of looking at their heroes, go, oh, where's the damage now? Because they have like all the the control and the the survivability, but like they don't have a way to get to kill anything. Visage is rather tanky. Void has his BKB, like we mentioned before, disassembling the Echo Saber. And like the start of that fight wasn't even that clean for Tundra, right? Like you see the Void time walk in, he actually goes to low ground, has to chrono, like run around. Like it wasn't the cleanest to fight, but Spirit just weren't able to do anything, because when the BKBs come out, it's Morph the world, and Morph, went for the E-Blade build. So now he's also somewhat like a magical style carry, and now all the damage is mitigated. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, I thought, going for the Skadi Satanic and just being able to muscle up would be key, because if he survives the chrono, and then Tundra's lineup's about jumping on top of you, if he can stand his ground and just right click, that's the play. Because with an E-Blade, you're playing into a BKB Batrider, you're playing into Visage where it doesn't feel too comfortable. Pango's going to eventually buy the shard so he can dodge it, and then Void, of course, again BKB. So the E-Blade does feel a little bit kind of more of like a muscle memory style of play, where it's like, I like to buy it, I like to kill, but I think in this game, adapting it and playing more for yourself would have been potentially better. Yes. I think Spirit needs to look at the way that Tundra had been playing previously and try and emulate that a little bit. Like Tundra, they put hyper defensive wards, they didn't really show too much on the map. They showed one core at a time on lanes, and then they took the fights needed when they knew they could win them. And that's kind of what Spirit has done. Like they were in the lead, but now they have to they have to give up the map themselves. They need to start playing for when Morphling gets that Skadi, gets a Satanic, and is able to take the fight. That's the next time they can confidently look, because right now they don't have any damage. They're all kind of it's a very one-dimensional lineup now, so they're going to have to give up the entire map pretty much and bide their time for that tier 3 defense.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
previous fights where Spirit have smoked up, they found the Gyrocopter, they found a Visage got buyback, and then they found, you know, the Pangolier, who even without buyback, they're in now such a dire position where Tundra can just run them over. So yeah, Spirit, all of their proactive moves, as a nice lasso comes in, it's not really netted them anything. There it is.
Sorcery is available. Monster kill. Perfect. Of course. Triple kill.
Oh, and claps as well.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, nice discipline there. And this is the confidence that you have in the team. That's why I think Tundra is so fun to watch, not only in draft but in play. Because you see how, like, as soon as they're taking Aegis, they know the time needed to go from Roshan to wherever a bat's playing. And that's why he's, you know, up in the face of Morphling. Because it's like, well, worst case scenario, if they jump me, I have my BKB, I've got Octarine, I'm going to be pretty tanky. And then Skid is going to be able to come in with that Chrono. So I love the fact that they're playing the entire map with 4 heroes one place and the other hero elsewhere. Like, yeah, it's really, really good stuff from Tundra. And with this performance, I think Spirit, they really are going to be on the back foot for, and they need to really just hope Tundra doesn't play with like this insane pace and somehow slows it down. But Tundra is not the type of team to do that. They're just going to, you know, wait for Batrider, smoke up again, and run back down to Spirit.
Precious bounty.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, poor Maposhka. Oh no.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Monster kill.
No. Even if he gets jumped, oh no.
Radiant's
They're
top
discussing the
tower is
game
under
plan for number
attack.
2, you know.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, for sure. Bam.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Walking it
Dire's
down the line,
bottom
yeah.
tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has
Like, this is
fallen.
one of those games where it has showcased so far the confidence in the team and also the discipline of like the call they're making. Because like Tundra, they gave up so much of their map to allow the farm to, you know, be generated on their side so that they can make these plays. Then I think Spirit, they did kind of get into this full sense of security where it's like, oh, we're playing in the enemy jungle, that must mean we're out farming them, right? Where, you know, secretly that doesn't really happen, because when you invade, the enemy team is naturally going to shift around and, you know, split the map differently. And now Spirit, of course, are going to be facing the consequences, as we saw them, you know, sitting top in the hope to get, you know, that one pick off at 33 minutes.
Radiant
Yep.
are scanning.
No, yeah, like they got the Aegis, but not like Aegis with the tier 2, Aegis with some tier 3 pressure. It was like just holding the Aegis in the same place, unfortunately.
Time is money.
Dire are scanning.
And this is the smoke from TSpirit into complete darkness. They have no vision on the map right now. The Koshka holding down one ward, and this is going to be like they're hoping Tundra's greedy, because at this state of the game, teams get really comfortable with playing the map. They also timed Roshan because, of course, Void just had his Aegis expire, so they were hoping that there's going to be a little bit of greediness. I think going throughout DPC, Skidder was known for being the type of, the Arteezy style core where he gets Aegis, he's off by himself on the other side of the map farming. But you can see that they've really kind of tightened that up recently, because he's with his team now. They don't need to do anything special. Just be together, play in your vision, and then walk down lanes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And this is the type of tournament for Tundra where, like, in the old format, or like last year when TI was in August, this roster might not have been able to stick together because of, TI's already done, we have to do swaps. But because TI is a bit delayed, ESL is running a tournament, we get to see this creative team still stick it out pre-TI, and hopefully with some success at this event, we might even see them stay together post the idea. Like, when you interview the team, when you see that kind of the chemistry of the team, it feels like it is improving every step. I think there's a lot of teams within DPC where you see their transformation and like they haven't made like an exceptional transformation, so you don't expect them to do so well maybe at TI. But like Tundra is the type of team where their previous performances, they far outweighed their entire DPC season, and it's kind of like you kind of want to see what would they do if they maybe did that a bit earlier. And I think with that alone, I want to see this team stick together. I want to see them, go into season 1 of next year and just showcase like, what if we'd won that game 5 of OG? Everything would be different, right? So yeah, for sure. I think this is a roster that you want to stick together, because like a new patch has dropped, right? And what teams have really, pushed it a little bit further. Like, they're not so scared to try something different, and that is hard to come by in Dota teams. So yeah, I really would like to see these guys stick together.
Radiant's middle barracks is falling.
Regeneration.
Yeah, it'll be the third one. So no, it won't have the shard. It'll have Aegis, Cheese, and Axe. Yeah. So my brain blanked then for a second. Woo. Yeah. Thank you, mate. But you know why it's 7% still the way of Spirit is because if you look at Gyrocopter, look what spell he leveled. If Morphling gets enough farm, maybe a cheeky rapier in the mix as well, there is a lot of flack to come. So that is the 7% that we're seeing, simply because Fada did decide to be a little bit selfish and farm. Crazy concept on position 5, but he's now a big boy with that flack. Yeah, how dare you farm? You're not there. Get a Philosopher's Stone, that's maximum.
In reservoir.
And he had done a great job at doing that, to be fair. So maybe he's rewarded. The team looked at him and gone, go on, mate. Put 4 points in flack. Treat yourself. Ah, beautiful. Oh, the Echo Saber still in the Void's inventory. I was like trying to theory craft, like, is he gonna buy Echo Saber, disassemble for BKB, re-buy Echo Saber, disassemble for like the Ags or something? But in this type of game, it's not warranted. But I could see in the future that style of build where when you're not needing to actually, right-click heroes down, it's more like utility style. The consecutive disassemble and buy. That's a nice little angle. But well, no, it is a shard cap. It's just the other shard.
Dire's bottom tower.
At least they picked up a flicker on Spirit, right? Like they're gonna have a way to now get rid of, you know, the sticky napalm, the orchid, but that's about it. You know, it's the small things that Spirit need to look for now. Because like yeah. Oh, this is gonna, yeah, it's still a very much an uphill battle. I think Spirit, they need to try and hope that Tundra with this Aegis do get a little bit overconfident, maybe make that kind of deep dive, because how many fishing, okay, we have one fishing opportunity, which is the Mars Spear back deeper into the base, but yeah, that's no Magnus that Spirit did rely on in their first series of the tournament, which was exceptional, and now why it was banned out.